On behalf of the Freedom Party. It was in 1990 when I filed a lawsuit against the Board of Ed here in New York City, challenging on the level of curriculum and instruction. We have been struggling with public school education in this city for decades. There's no mystery as to how to educate children. People are educating children all over the world, and in many communities in this country effectively on a daily basis. We believe that the reason that this is happening is because the children who are being served are primarily Black and Latino.
That's right.
And this is the reason we formed the Freedom Party and will continue to build the Freedom Party, because a people that are perceived as not having any power or influence are always going to be the target and victim of this kind of racism and intolerant behavior. And so the Freedom Party is made very necessary as a political organization that struggles against this kind of initiative that comes from a mayor and a public school system that has consistently denied quality education to Blacks and Latinos. We are convinced that it is because the student body is primarily Black and Latino that these kinds of academies are being set up,
That's right.
experimental schools are being set up, as though we don't already know how to educate children. This woman, who has been appointed chancellor, is not only an affront, it is a despicable show of contempt for the communities whose children are trapped in a public school system that is currently nothing more than a public school to prison pipeline.
Yes.
And to put someone in charge who is totally incompetent is being done simply because the community that these public schools serve is perceived as a community without power, without influence, without a party. And that is one of the reasons that we are going to continue to build the Freedom Party, and it's one of the reasons that the Freedom Party has taken the initiative in leading this struggle. Because it is a community that no longer can be seen, shall no longer be seen, as a community without strident leadership. There are competent educators all over the country. There are competent educators all over the city. A failure to create a search committee that includes Dr. Donald Smith, Regent Adelaide Sanford, any number of competent, qualified educators, both Black and white, in this city, all of whom were ignored. That was deliberate. That was contemptuous. That was despicable. And it is done because this mayor, in the final analysis, holds the Black and Latino community in contempt. And so it is that community that now begins to mobilize. We're saying enough is enough. Let's draw the line here.
Draw the line.
What you are witnessing here today is the beginning of the pushback. We have tolerated entirely too much as a people and as a community over the last 2 years. This is the beginning of the pushback. This kind of arrogant, despicable behavior will no longer be tolerated. And so we are here today because those of us who love freedom cannot rest. We are still on the journey, and this is the beginning of the pushback.
All right.